Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenithan, and welcome to today's video, The Legends of Runeterra. Still in spoiler season, for the upcoming card expansion Awakening. We have a new champion. Also at the moment, a Legends of Runeterra, an LOR exclusive champion. Not actually the first one. I've seen a lot of people just incorrectly say it's the first LOR exclusive champion. Uh, Technically, Action was the first because Action came out first before Action came out into League of Legends, but it wasn't a big time frame difference. So it seems like Nora is going to be exclusive to LOR for a bit because I believe the next upcoming champ for League of Legends is a Darkin champion, and unless some crazy lore happens, I don't think Nora is a Darkin. But yeah, Nora is a pretty nice card. Mono Bandle champion. Not really a secondary region, which is it's whatever. We have some of those already, like Tristana. Is she good? I am gonna be honest with you. I think she's good, and I'm actually kind of scared. I don't think she's that versatile. Like she's no Annie or Gwen or Action or TF in terms of versatility. I think she has like 2 or 3 decks that she'll go into, but they're one of them at least I think is really scary. So, not that many new cards though. I think we had like Nora and 3 or 4 other cards. So let's go and look at the cards. So, we got Nora, we got her champ spell, and we got 3 other cards. Yeah. So, Nora. 2 mana, 1/2 elusive champion. Okay. A little bit bigger and thicker than Zoe and Teemo. Nexus Strike. Plant a mysterious portal randomly in the top 4 of your deck. Okay. So, very much like Zoe and Teemo, she's an elusive who wants to strike the Nexus. I do like that she does dodge pings. That is nice. Bandle does have some protection, but doesn't have good, like, very good cheap protection, like a Pale Cascade or something like that. I guess there is technically Purpleberry Shake. I always forget about that card. But yeah, I think this is a pretty solid card. I do feel like a lot of the time she's just going to eat a Mystic Shot, though, sadly. But I do think Bandle PNZ go wide is the way to go. Like, Lulu plus Nora seems like the deck to build. Lulu go wide, like Bandle PNZ Lulu go wide is already kind of a thing. Sometimes you play Jinx. Some people like to play mono Lulu and no secondary champion. Jinx is kind of one of the worst parts of that deck, in all honesty, because you kind of struggle to actually level up Jinx. But yeah, I like this card. Lulu can both buff up the Chompers and Nora herself. So yeah, it's a pretty solid card. The Mysterious Portals also do pretty well. To level up Nora, you've summoned 6+ created allies. I don't think that's hard. Not just because of the portals. Like, sure, the portals, you'll probably get like 2 or 3 units, I feel, from the portals, and the other created allies can just be what? Chompers, Daring Poros, etc., etc. But yeah, like Chompers from Boom Baboon is what I mean. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this card. I do think she's really strong. Obviously, since you're creating all these created allies from the portal, player would Sneezy Biggle Dust. So what does she do when she levels up, though? Because her level up's not that hard. She doesn't have to see all of these created allies getting summoned. So what's her level up actually do? She builds a 2/3 for 2, which is solid, and she's still got elusive. Still does the same thing with the Nexus Strike, exactly the same text. But now, Mysterious Portals summon 4, 5, 6, or 7 cost followers instead of 2 or 3 mana followers. With the way this card is worded, I don't know if it's a permanent thing or if it's a thing that only happens while Nora's on the field. Like, is it like a level up Zoe where, you know, if you level up Zoe, you know, you summon a card with a keyword and it shares its keywords with all of the other units? Or if it's like I don't know, a Voices of the Risen where, you know, you remove Voices of the Risen, the buff falls off. You remove Nora, the portals go back to summoning 2 or 3 cost followers. I'm inclined to believe it's a temporary thing, not permanent. Basically, it's this kind of buff goes away if Nora gets killed. And my reasoning for that is she is kind of easy to level up. At least on paper, I feel like she's a little easy to level up in at least a PNZ Bandle go wide deck. But I could also see it, in all honesty, being a permanent thing. And the reason for that is Hecarim. Hecarim says after his buff, when he levels up, your Nexus is granted ephemerals have +3/+0. Nora doesn't exactly say that. I feel like if it was supposed to be permanent, it would say like, when I level up, grant your Nexus mysterious portals now, do the thing. Some of the bigger units. But yeah, like level 1 Nora, whatever. Like, okay, yeah, more mysterious portals, 2 and 3 drops, whatever. There's not that many high rolls, especially because you can't get, Daybreak, Nightfall, Plunder, or playability stuff. But when you get up to 4 to 7 drops, there's some scary stuff you can see. Sinan is one. I believe Maduli is another. Maduli's a 6-mana card. I believe it's a summon ability, not a play ability. But like, just imagine this. You are playing Nora, your opponent's playing Nora, whatever. But you play Nora, and you get a portal. Nora's leveled up, obviously. And you hit Sinan. Your board gets a buff, and you draw 2 more cards. And let's just say you hit even another portal, and it summons another unit, and that unit is They Who Endure, and now you've got like a 8/8 They Who Endure or something. That's terrifying. So yeah, I feel like Nora's gonna be a big removal target, because I feel like if your opponent or you, depending on who's the defender, if Nora shuffles in at least 2 portals, I think you're in a dangerous spot against Sneezy Biggledust decks. Honestly, though, I don't think I see her level up mattering too much. The way I look at her at the moment is kind of like Bandle Commando, the 2-mana 1/2 elusive, that when she Nexus strikes, she gives you a owl beak? Hungry owl beast? Something like that. The 1-mana 2/1 with Spell Shield. And that card's fine and playable. Like, it's not great, but that's because Bandle Go Wide's not the greatest. But yeah, I'm really scared of Nora. I really think there's a lot of potential to high roll with leveled up Nora, and even without having to level up Nora, I still think she is strong in a Sneezy Biggledust deck. Now, what does she actually do with her champ spell? 5-mana champ spell, kind of expensive. Burst speed, okay, that's pretty solid. Plant 2 mysterious portals on the top 4, randomly in the top 4 of your deck. Okay. Draw 1 card. Okay, so it's a 5-mana cycle at its minimum. Okay, 5-mana cycles, whatever. So we're paying an extra, like, cycling is usually a 2-mana thing. Like Guiding Touch, Pale Cascade, Called Shot, like cycling plus like a small effect is usually on for around 2 mana. So we're paying an extra 3 mana for this cycle. What are we getting? 2 portals. I think that's worth. It also is drawing a card too, kind of like, I'm looking at this kind of like Bard's Champion spell. So it does, in theoretically, it could give you some more burst attackers, burst blockers, level up your Nora at burst speed. So I do like this as a champ spell. In all honesty, I could even maybe see myself playing it as a 1-of in the deck. I don't think I would play it as a 1-of. I think it's not playable main deck, but it's not bad as a main deck spell. Just a little too expensive, I feel. It also depends on how many mysterious portal creators I want in my deck too. Now then, the next card, Realm's Caretaker. This card is interesting. Like, first off, what's it actually do? 6-mana Yordle, 4/4. Each round, the first time one of your traps or boons activate, Give all allies +1/+1 impact this round. So right away, there is a comparison to be drawn with Cytherea. Cytherea the Bold, I believe, is 6 mana Cytherea. The problem is, I don't think this card is 6 mana Cytherea. One, Cytherea doesn't need you to draw anything. All Cytherea cares is if she attacks. Two, Cytherea is bigger. She's a 6/6 for 6. Now, granted, this can work on defense. Like, there are upsides to this. One, it does buff itself. It says give all allies, not all other allies, so it does buff itself. And it does work on defense, like I said, so that's kind of nice. The biggest problem I'm seeing with this card is on curve, it's kind of hard to activate. Like, you play this on turn 6, and then you still need to actually find a boon, or I guess make your opponent draw a trap. And that's a little bit of a problem, I feel. I guess, like, Bard Nora, so like a Bard Bandle City deck, you get Bard's Champ spell, probably, but I'm not too convinced by that. There is some cheap card cycling, you know, like I said earlier, Guiding Touch and Pale Cascade could be a thing. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I can see it, like, maybe not in Sneezy Biggledust. I don't think Sneezy Biggledust decks would play this. I think it's a little too slow for them. But for a little slower go wide deck, I think could play this. Like, basically, Demacia, Bandle City, a rally deck, like a Golden Aegis deck, I could see playing this. Not sure how much better it is, though, than just playing Cytherea. Like, sure. Like, Cytherea gives Fearsome. Like, Fearsome is so much better than Impact, I feel, for a 6 mana finisher style card. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is solid. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. I can see it being played. I can see it being played as like a 2-of in some decks. If a non-Sneezy Biggledust Bandle City go wide deck is playable, perhaps. Maybe like some Caitlyn, I don't know, like a Caitlyn Nora deck or a Teemo Nora deck can be played, and they'll play Caretaker, perhaps. Next card, what do we got? Living Library. Okay, 5 mana 4/3 elusive. It's also a Fae, which is kind of important. When I'm summoned, if one of your traps or boons has activated this round, draw 1. So it's a Shadow Assassin that's more expensive, but also bigger, but it needs you to have drawn a chime or a boon. Or chime. Needs your opponent to have drawn a trap or for you to have drawn a boon. I kind of like it with Bard. My problem with this card is, like, the main problem I'm seeing is how reliable is the card draw? Like, I don't want to play a 5 mana 4/3 elusive. I will gladly play a 5 mana 4/3 elusive if it draws a card. Just how consistent are we getting that card draw off is the problem. It is a Fae, though. I will mention that. Like, I did already mention it a little bit, but Fae Sprouts creating this and Gleaming Lantern discounting this. Like, Lantern discounting this is really big. The problem is Lantern decks have kind of fallen off ever since the nerf. I know there are some people who still play like Fizz, Aphelios, whatever you want to call it. Would a Fae deck want this card? I don't know if they would. There's still, remember, those decks are kind of like Papercraft Rainbow Fish decks, so I'm not sure if they would want this card on top of all of that, but maybe they would. But definitely an interesting card. Basically a bigger, fatter Shadow Assassin, but with a the card draw being situational. So I like it. Now the last card. I like this card. I just don't think it's good enough. Eclectic Collection. 7 mana burst spell. For each ally, plant a Mysterious Portal and 3 chimes in the top 10 cards of your deck. And plant a Flash Bomb and 3 Poison Puff Caps on random cards in the enemy deck. So first off, how many times do we want this to activate? Basically, I think you want 3 allies before you play this card. So you'll get like 3 portals and 9 chimes in your deck, and your opponent will have 3 flash bombs and 9 puff caps in their deck. I think that is the minimum for me to be happy to play this card. And I don't think it's that hard to get 3 units when you're a portal deck. But do you want this card? Like, it is powerful if it goes off. It's also 7 mana. And it's also in Bandle City. I feel like if I'm a Bandle City go wide deck and I'm looking at expensive late game spells, which this is because Bandle go wide kind of struggles to bank spell mana because they're trying to play out units early, I would much rather play Treasured Trash. I think Treasured Trash is just the superior option in like 80% of the time. That doesn't say I think this card is unplayable. I think it is solid as like a 1 of, maybe even a 2 of if you want to be a little greedy. I just really think Treasure Trash is the better card is the problem. But yeah, I like the card. Kind of cute with Karma, of course. Pretty solid hit from Phase Sprout as well. Or not Phase Sprout, sorry. Pharaoh's Financier. So it is pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, I like the card. It's fine. But yeah, like overall, Nora, pretty cool card. Pretty cool champion. Seems strong. I don't even know if I want to say she seems OP, but she seems really, really good. I don't think she'll need to nerf, and I don't really want to see her be a 1/1. But yeah, like Junk Construct, Nora, Tea Maker, Lulu, Mecha Pulverizer, maybe. Lulu plus maybe some Mecha Yordle synergy as well, like Squeaker or the 1 mana discard Mecha Yordle spell as well. So I can definitely see Lulu, Nora, discard kind of being a thing. Maybe some Mecha Yordles. Mecha Yordles are technically created too for Nora and for Sneezy Biggledust. But yeah, I like Nora. I like her design. She seems really cool and really strong. Not really that hyped though to see another Bandle go wide meta. Kind of remembering bad times with Yordle and Arms and stuff, but you know, it'd be cool if I wouldn't hate it that much if it came back. I'd prefer it to Kai'Sa, really. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what you guys think about, you know, these mysterious portals and Nora in general. Do you think Nora's OP? Do you think she might just be a flop on release? How would you build Nora? Do you think Nora, Lulu, Sneezy Biggledust is the best way to go? I personally think it is. Maybe there's a deck that I'm not thinking of that you think is even better. I'd love to hear your opinion down in the comments below. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. It always helps me and the channel out. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel as well. And if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, you can always go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Senaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all once more for watching this video. And until I see you guys in the next one, bye.